Sheriff Park with an update on that case.
A powerful explosion rocks this Lehigh home in the middle of the night.
Also, cougars on the
before he fully recovers.
An explosion ripping through a Lehigh home in the middle of the night. Firefighters left surprised when the 4 people inside actually walked away with minor injuries. This specialist Ladd Egan with the latest now on the investigation. What do you know?
Yeah, Mike, you can see the home behind me here, all the windows boarded up. I'm here at 2100 North and 600 West in Lehigh. The fire department tells me that this home has major structural damage and is not safe to live in. The neighbor's security camera actually captured the blast. You can see it here. It occurred just before 3:30 this morning. The quick explosion shook nearby homes and woke people up. Firefighters had difficulty walking through the home because the blast had sent everything flying. They got the 4 adults out safely. They were checked out by paramedics, and they only had very minor injuries. There was just one small fire in the basement to put out, but the home's walls and ceiling were damaged, and the windows completely shattered and blown away.
Yeah, I was asleep, and I heard this great big kaboom. And I woke up, and I'm like, what was that?
With the extent of the damage to the home and the force of the explosion, I'm very surprised that there were minor injuries in this incident.
I thought, wow, that could have been so much worse. They were so very, very lucky.
Investigators determined the cause of the explosion was near the furnace, but are still working to pinpoint exactly what happened. The homeowner told investigators that he smelled gas the night before, and the fire department says most likely there was a very slow gas leak. And they say that if you ever smell gas in your home, to call 911 immediately and get out, make that phone call from outside the home. For Live at 5, I'm Ladd Egan.
Ladd, thank you. Now, we've all seen the wildlife.
Needs to be reevaluated.
An explosion ripped through a Lehigh home in the middle of the night. Firefighters were relieved. You see it right there. Firefighters were relieved when the 4 people who were inside walked away with minor injuries. News specialist Ladd Egan is live with the latest on the investigation. Ladd?
Yeah, Deanie, I'm here near the intersection of 2100 North and 600 West in Lehigh. Here's the home behind me here. You can see all of the windows boarded up this evening. The fire department says this home suffered major structural damage and is not safe to live in.
It was like a big explosion, kind of like Camp Williams out here when they're bombing.
Just before 3:30 this morning, a loud boom shook this Lehigh neighborhood.
Yeah, I was asleep, and I heard this great big kaboom. And I woke up, and I'm like, what was that?
Tammy Black's security camera captured the quick but powerful explosion.
I ran upstairs to look out this big window, and I could see nothing. There was no smoke, no fire, no nothing.
The roof actually separated from the walls itself, so there was significant force behind this explosion.
Firefighters arrived to find one small fire in the basement, but significant damage to the structure, with the windows completely shattered and blown away. The 4 adults inside escaped with only very minor injuries.
With the extent of the damage to the home and the force of the explosion, I'm very surprised that there were minor injuries.
Fire investigators are focusing on the possibility of a slow gas leak and say the homeowner thought he smelled gas the night before. They remind to always call 911 if you smell gas in your home.
Get everyone out as quickly as possible. If you do smell gas, make the phone call outside of the home. Don't make the phone call inside. Don't turn on any lights or hit any switches on your way out.
I thought, wow, that could have been so much worse. They were so very, very lucky.
And investigators determined that the cause of the explosion was somewhere near the basement furnace, but they're still trying to pinpoint exactly what happened. Again, they say this home is not safe to live inside. So, Deanie, the 4 people who lived here are now staying with relatives. We're just glad they were able to walk away with just minor injuries. Just incredible.
Oh, yeah, when you see the size of that explosion, for sure. Ladd, thank you.
Just ahead here, too close for comfort. The pack of cougars.